getting a little overwhelmed. What to speak after this lecture? It was so hard, I think. Golden days with Gurudeva. His Hari Katha, his presentation, his art of speaking. That broken English is so sweet, full of love. This is what I wanted to say today, and luckily we saw this video, I think. Gurudeva was remembering all those places of pastimes. And then he got choked up. He was not able to speak. And tears came from his eyes. Can we imagine this?
What was the year of the first video?
The sacrifice,
Was it all one video?
giving up all those places, which is more dear than his life. They don't want to give up this. Who wants to give up Vrindavan Dham? Staying Vrindavan Dham is complete opulence. And giving up Vrindavan Dham is renunciation. Who can value that? Ask those people who always stay in Vrindavan Dham. Our Acharyas, Shri Gurudeva, Prabhupada, living this beautiful place, the abode of the pastimes. This is the opulence. But they choose renunciation more than opulence. Renunciation, leaving this place of pastimes. They can always immerse and absorbed in that. But हाँ क्या गुरु हो या अविचारणीय. The order of Guru is more important. This is our parampara. We are followers of Shat Goswamis. We can't even imagine. When Mahaprabhu ordered Goswamis to go Vrindavan, how they felt that. Giving the association of Mahaprabhu. They could have stayed there, seeing all this vilas, the dancing of Mahaprabhu, like all other associates were doing. But obeying the order is more important. It's very difficult. It's not that easy to give up Vrindavan Dham. We are not valuing the sacrifice. And that's why our heart is very hard and we cannot comprehend the contribution, his sacrifices. But if you stay Vrindavan 10 years, then you understand. It's so painful to give up. It's very painful. But obeying order, keep this order on the head. And they're creating Braj everywhere, wherever they go. Wherever they go. They're making all these places Vrindavan Dham. Jai sthane Vaishnugan, sai sthane Vrindavan. Sahi sthan anand vishesh. Wherever pure devotees stay, they speak pastimes to make that place Vrindavan Dham. Srila Gurudev, he came to New Braj and installed Giraj Govardhan here. A person can think how this small hill can be Giraj Govardhan. That's Spurti. When Mahaprabhu used to see that the hill of sand dunes in Jagannath Puri, he used to say this is Giraj Govardhan. Mahaprabhu used to see ocean, he said this is Kalindi. Mahaprabhu go Jagannath Vallabh Udyan, he said this is Vrindavan. So, with that mood of absorption, they sing all these places Vrindavan Dham. But Gurudev had very high mood to install Vrindavan Dham in the heart of all his dear disciples. Not only making places in Vrindavan Dham, but making heart Brajmandal. Making that heart Brajmandal. By giving Braj Bhav. And what is that? Unconditional love. The gopis, they have unconditional love for Krishna. Ashlishre va padaratam pinashtu mam mamadarshnahat va karotu va yata tatha va vidhatu lampato mad pranathastu eva napara. Even if you're not giving darshan to me and give me pain, or even if you're giving me darshan and enjoy with me, Radharani is saying, my love will always be same for you. But pranath hastu eva napara. You will remain the Lord of my life. Similarly, for a disciple, once Gurudev is his Lord of his life, how much sacrifice Radharani done for Krishna? How much sacrifice gopis? But never stop loving Krishna. Whatever makes you happy. This pastimes very high for sadhakas like us, but even in this stage, following the standard of Shri Gurudev, following the standard of Prabhupada, their Guru Maharaj was their worshipable, the Lord of their life. And that's why love always needs sacrifice. Then the attachment comes. We are not ready for sacrifice, that's why we don't feel any attachment. Even to Gurudev and for deities. How much sacrifice we are doing for deities. And that's why we don't feel any attachment. Why we saw so many devotees, so many acharyas, they are so much attached to the deities. One beautiful example I always say, because we can only learn from the example of acharyas. We cannot learn from each other. Because we are sadhakas. Once upon a time, in North India, in Chandigarh, a beautiful temple, Shri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, installed by Shri Bhaktidaita Madhav Gosai Maharaj. And his appointed Acharya Shri Bhakti Vallabh Tirth Gosai Maharaj was staying in that center for some days, preaching there. And in midnight, there was very heavy earthquake. Very heavy earthquake. Literally everything was shaking. And it's recommended when you get earthquake, you should go out from your room, from your houses. Everyone just ran out. Everything was shaking, like tilting. When brahmacharis, everyone, all the residents, they came out from the mud, it was just for a few seconds. Then they were wondering, where is our Gurudev? Because everyone ran out to save their life. But then they thought, where is Gurudev? Means Shri Bhakti Vallabh Tirth Gosai Maharaj, who also came to New Braj. Yes. How blessed is this place. So then they all ran inside to find where is he. They checking each and every room. In his own personal room, he was not present there. They're looking here and there, where is Gurudev? Where is Gurudev? They all got panic. And finally they saw their Gurudev, Shri Bhakti Vallabh Tirth Gosai Maharaj, was in deity room and he was holding Radha Krishna like this. It's easy to say prem, love. But when any unfavorable situation comes, then it comes out where the prem is, where the love is. Everyone ran out to save their life and he immediately ran to the deity room. With this more, these deities are installed by my Guru Maharaj. It's easy to say Radha Krishna Pran more. He didn't care for his life. He ran inside to care the life of Radha Krishna. What if they will fall? So there is so much sacrifice all our acharyas have done for us. Our bhakti is watered by, nourished by, cultivated by the sacrifices. I'm telling you, it's not easy. I'm a very insignificant person. But I can only understand 1% of this. Imagine what Gurudev is, and Prabhupada, and all acharyas. This is called following the standard of the Goswamis. This is our Guru Parampara. And if we are not doing this, if we are not taking any responsibility, just chanting 32 rounds, 64 rounds, without taking any responsibility, how we can progress in bhakti? How the heart will melt? How will develop Shri Guru Charani Rati? Impossible. What is my sacrifice for my Guru? What is my sacrifice for my Guru Parampara? And that's why we don't develop that attachment. Because only by sacrifice we can value that sacrifice. There is no other way out. Every individual should take some responsibility. Gurudev always saying this throughout his life. Brahmachari, sannyasi, grastas, whatever qualities, qualifications, situations you are, engage them in the service of Krishna. We're giving up something, sacrificing some time, some enjoyment. But that will lead us to attachment to Guru Krishna. Then you will see how bhakti is progressing. It will just accelerate. Anyway. Hare Krishna. Shri Gurudev seen in his activities, not only his speech, his lectures, he's speaking about Radharani, but how to attain that mood of Radha, the Braj Bhav. Only Brajavasi can give the mood of Braj Bhav. Haha Brajajan more daya kari kabi Braje vane lave. Only Brajavasis can give this. No one else can give this. So we see in the activities of Srila Gurudeva also. Let's say the mud he's established. If you all seen Shri Vrindavan Dham, Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Mutt. The name itself given Rup Sanatan. That's the land of Rup Sanatan. The whole Vrindavan, the Braj Mandal is getting so much facilities, so much literatures, the places of pastimes, but how many people know this is the land of the Goswamis? And because of them, the whole entire world, they can see the places of pastimes and can read all those details of the pastime of Radha and Krishna. Because of Rup Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. So Gurudev gave this name Rup Sanatan. He could have given some other name. But Gurudev was so much into Rup Goswami. Why? This is something he introduced his own? That's our Guru Parampara. Everyone wants to attain the dust of the lotus feet of Guru Raghunath. At the end of every chapter in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami writing, Rup Raghunath Padejar Ash, Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Das. Yes. And in the bhajan also, Rupa Raghunatha Pade Haibe Akurti Kabe Ham Bujabo Se Yugala Piri. Oh, we can think we can get attachment to Radha Krishna without getting attached to Rup Sanatan, Rup Raghunath. Not possible. Value their sacrifice. Treasure their sacrifice. And Shri Narottam Thakur taught us what is the name and object of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Sei Mora Sampada. That's only my sampad, my offerings. Sei Mora Bhajana Puja. Anukule Habe Vidhi Se Pade Haipe Siddhi Chira Dena Tapita Jivana. That's our goal. So Gurudev also established Shri Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Mutt. But also we can see he installed Mahaprabhu, Radha Vinod Bihari, and who else? Vrinda Devi. Vrinda Devi in Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Mutt. Because Vrinda Devi appeared in a dream of Shri Gurudev. That I was in Vrindavan, but when all these Mughals attacked Vrindavan and the pujaris were taking those deities out from Vrindavan, Braj Mandal to Jaipur, then Vrinda Devi, she herself stopped at Kambevan. She told pujaris, I don't want to go out from here. But then Vrinda Devi was in Vrindavan. So she wanted to come back Vrindavan, and she gave a dream to Gurudev. Install me in your center, in your mutt. See? We can only attain Radha Krishna by Tadiya Vastu. Tadiya means those who are oneness. Who can give us Braj Bhav? Vrinda Devi, Jamuna Maharani, and Giriraj Govardhan. They are witness of the pastime of Radha and Krishna. In the entire Braj Mandal, who is the witness of the pastime of Radha Krishna? Vrinda Devi, Jamuna Maharani, and Giriraj Govardhan. And you see, Gurudev installed these three in his centers. In Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math, Vrinda Devi, Durvasa Gaudiya Math, Jamuna Maharani, and Girdhari Gaudiya Math, Shri Giriraj Govardhan. Yogamaya and Gopeshwar Mahadev, yes. Who can give Braj Bhav? Most important is three personalities. And I was reading this book, Nityanand Prabhu book. I was reading this yesterday or day before in one lecture of Gurudev. He mentioned this. Vrinda Devi, yes, this book, wonderful. Jamuna Maharani and Giriraj Govardhan, they can give because they are not Vishay Vigraha, they are not object of worship, they are Ashraya Vigraha, they are subject of worship. We can only enter in this domain by taking shelter of Ashraya Vigraha, not Vishay Vigraha. Only Ashraya Vigraha can lead us to there, to the pastimes. And amongst Ashraya Vigraha, Vrinda Devi. And then Jamuna Maharani and Shri Giriraj Govardhan. I personally asked Gurudev this question while I was staying in Giriraj Govardhan. Gurudev, how we have to reconcile this? Mahaprabhu gave Giriraj Govardhan to Raghunath Das Goswami. To Raghunath, you worship Giriraj Govardhan by offering Tulasi Manjaris. So that means Giriraj is Krishna. But other hand we see Radharani said Haridas Varja, the best amongst all the Haridas. This was the book which attracted me so much for Gurudev. You remember these three books came up, Going Beyond Vaikuntha, Nectar of Govililamrit, and Bhakti Rasayana. These are the three books. The essence of Brind Bhagavatamritam. The essence. So Gurudev writing in that book, he wrote in that book three Haridas. Yudhishthir Maharaj is Haridas. Then Uddhav, Haridas. But who's superior amongst all? Giriraj Govardhan. Haridas Varja, the best amongst all Haridas. I say, Gurudev, this is so confusing. Because we are followers of Mahaprabhu, we should follow what Mahaprabhu keep the standard. But here Radharani is saying, Hanta Adra Abala Haridas Varjayo Yad Ram Krishna Charan Sparsh Pramoda. Giriraj Govardhan is Haridas, not Krishna. So what shall we follow? Gurudev said, I don't know what people follow, I follow what Radharani said. He said, my Guru Parampara, even though as Gaudiya Vaishnava we have our Guru Parampara, Krishna, Brahma, Narad. Gurudev said, I have a different style. My Guru Parampara starts from Radharani. So Radharani, Lalita Sakhi, Rupa Manjari, this is my Guru Parampara. That's Gurudev's Guru Parampara. He said, I follow what Radharani said, Haridas Varja. So how we have to reconcile? On the stage in Kartik Parikrama, Gurudev used to ask sannyasis to deliberate on this subject. Bring up your views. So everyone was speaking. A very nice Siddhanta came up. And then Gurudev used to say, as in the lecture we say, finishing it. You know, finishing? The finishing part. How Giriraj can be Krishna and also the servant of Krishna? Two in one. like Shri Baldev Prabhu. Baldev Prabhu is not different from Krishna. एक ही स्वरूप दोनों भिन्न मात्र काय आद्य काय सब Krishna लीला सहाय. Baldev Prabhu is not different from Krishna. Means Krishna himself is Baldev Prabhu. The only difference is the complexion. Baldev Prabhu is golden and Krishna is sham complexion. But what Baldev Prabhu is doing? Always serving Krishna. Creation, Karadaksha Vishnu, Garbhadaksha Vishnu, Shirodaksha Vishnu and Shesh. And also as shoes and umbrella and outfits and ornaments and bed, everything. So Baldev Prabhu is acting two roles. His Vishya Vigraha means he is not different from Krishna, but not different from Krishna means serving Krishna. Who's Radharani? Manifestation of Radha, Pranay Vikriti, Halani Shakti Rasma. Manifestation of Krishna. But what she is doing? Always serving Krishna. According to Tattva. Now going to Ras Vichar, that's totally different story. Similarly, Giriraj Govardhan, not different from Krishna, but servant of Krishna. Haridas Avarjyo. So I'm giving the essence what the discussion used to be there in the Kartik Parikrama. Gurudev said, if I'm in someone's house, suppose Gurudev is in the house of Pran Kishore Prabhu. Now, Ekadashi falls. What are you going to cook for Gurudev? Champavedi? Rice? Grain?
No. Well, not for Gurudev, no.
Yes. So what we offer to Guru, suppose Gurudev here in New Braj, in his Bhajan Kutir, and Sevakas, they're cooking for Gurudev. Manju Didi cooking for Gurudev. What he will accept? Ekadashi prayers. But on Ekadashi day we also offer to Krishna rice, puris, pakoras. And after offering to Krishna, we offer to Gurudev.
Yes.
With the Guru mantra.
Yes.
So we are offering Gurudev rice here, but in his Bhajan Kutir we are offering Ekadashi prayers. Is there any difference? The picture of Gurudev here and Gurudev there. What is the difference? Same person? Same personality? Same personality. At the altar, Gurudev is in his Manjari form. In his Bhajan Kutir, he is in his Sadhaka form. And as Sadhaka, he is not Sadhak, he is Siddha, but he is showing as Sadhaka for us. Then he is showing us the standard. We have to follow Ekadashi. But he is accepting rice there. The Mahaprasad of Krishna. So Giriraj is also, Gurudev used to say, Pramada Madana Leela Kandare Kandarate. No male person can be there where the memorious pastimes of Radha Krishna taking place. So Giriraj Govardhan is the heart of Radharani. This is how Shri Gurudev used to reconcile this. Is Krishna, but subject of worship, Ashya Vigraha Krishna, not Vishya Vigraha Krishna. And this is how we have to see. So that's the speciality of Gurudev. Installing Vrinda Devi, installing Jamna Maharani, and installing Giriraj Govardhan in his centers. Means without the shelter of Ashya Vigraha, you cannot get entrance into the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. That's the Siddhanta there. So even in the activity of installing center, establishing center, installing deities, there is a Siddhanta. And Siddhanta is Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. Subject of worship. Ashya Vigraha, so important. For Gaudiya Vaishnava, Vishya Vigraha is not that important, but Ashya Vigraha is more important. Shirupa Manjari Pada. Radhe 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 Radhe. Ashya Vigraha. We are very fortunate. We heard Srila Gurudeva speaking all these details, all these topics. We got blessed. We get blessed. And you see what Gurudev said in the lecture? Oh, then people will say Narayan Maharaj is Sahajya. What is Sahajya means? One who takes Sahaj Bhav, natural. But Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj says yes. The Brajvasis, they are actually Sahajiyas. Because they are taking Radha Krishna pastime Sahaj, means natural, spontaneous. That's the meaning of Sahajiya. But we can see Gurudev, he wanted to give what entire Guru Parampara wanted to give to this world. But some reservations of time, place, circumstance. Not that they didn't want it to give. Srila Prabhupada also wanted to give same thing to Western world. Time, place, circumstance. Level 1, level 2. Grade 1, grade 2. But Gurudev, and he got, many devotees used to say, Narayan Maharaj is Sahajya. He's speaking openly all this. And Gurudev said, what more? What else I have to speak? I have nothing else to speak. I have taken the remnants of Brajvasis, and what I will speak? Only about Brajvasis. I have nothing else to speak. That's our everything. Brajbhav. But what is the Brajbhav? Unconditional love. How we have to connect this to our services? Unconditional serving the center. Unconditional serving deities. Unconditional taking responsibilities, not with condition. After serving Thakurji or after preaching, whatever services every individual doing, if I only want bliss and happiness, I'm applying condition in my service. Or you're doing this for your happiness. Condition applied. But Braj Bhav is unconditional. Understand? Gurudev also knew this. Many acharyas will be upset with me. Many devotees will say, I'm Sahajya, but I can't resist. Let them speak. Because this is my unconditional. I get blamed, I get accused, or I get glorified. I see everything same. Therefore, na bhuto na bhavishyati. Acharya like Srila Gurudev, never again. Many acharyas will come. Just I'm highlighting the speciality of Gurudev. Just highlighting his speciality. What he has given to this world, unparalleled. Unparalleled. Gradually we will understand this. Because Guru Tattva is something which is not comprehended by all disciples equally. As per our capacity, qualification, we can only hold that much. Cannot hold more than that. Then overflow. So someone capacity is this much, someone is this much, someone is this much. Someone, big container. Big container holding more. As Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj used to say in Bengali, Tomar China Bhakti Pragyan, Amar China Bhakti Pragyan Ek Nai. That means Your understanding of Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj and my understanding of Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj is not same. He used to tell his godbrothers. Because he was hearing them speaking, oh, Gurudev wants this, Gurudev wants this, Gurudev. Your understanding of Gurudev and my understanding is not same. So every devotee has their own qualification to hold that mercy and understanding of Guru Tattva. Cannot be equal. So there is no point of accusing anyone. Hey, you don't understand, you don't understand. Baba, this is my capacity. I can't go beyond that. But that doesn't mean I should not go beyond that. By constantly observing festivals, by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam every day, you see, we have Srimad Bhagavatam here every day. That's so shining. They're not shining because of ghee and chandan. They're shining because of the love of new Brajvasis. All devotees here collectively, with so much love and emotion and feelings, they perform Abhishek, Mahaprabhu Radha Govinda. So the love is shining. The emotions are shining. Wonderful, very nice. I'm so happy and so glad. So, Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya. Every day hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Every day chanting Harinam. Why so much echo? It's okay. Every day chanting Harinam. Every day reading, hearing Bhagavatam. Every day serving deities or darshan of deities. Because we are so close, we stay all close here. We can do this every day. 9 limbs of bhakti, very easy if we just come here. Our seniors here, they're reading Bhagavatam every day. It's a group discussion. We can come and sit 1 hour, 45 minutes for the pleasure of Radha Govinda. If we keeping them in the center, keeping as a center, then everything is happy. And if we are neglecting them, then we are getting neglected ourselves. Because he is the root. Yatha taror vol nishnen tarpanti tas kanda bhujok shakha. Watering the root of the tree, the whole tree gets nourished. That's why we have such good facility here to cultivate our Krishna consciousness ourselves and for our family members and for our little ones. Such good facility. We don't get this in cities. We don't get in cities. Do we get? So difficult. Passionate life, ignorant life. And here is not only sattvic, something more than sattvic. But we have to take the advantage of the situation. We have to take advantage of this facility. This facility is not available in cities. No? Anyway, Hare Krishna. Our festival went so good. The whole week we heard Srila Gurudev's pastimes, memories, his instructions to individual and universal. I didn't touch some foodie pastimes. Madhurena samapena. To end up with sweet rice. So once upon a time Gurudev was in Mathura Math, in Mathura temple. Evening there was no Harikatha and was open for darshan. So if you remember the terrace, Keshavji Gauriya Math in Mathura, Gurudev was there and all devotees were told to be just don't come close to him. No one can touch him and speak to him. He just wants to see all of you and you can all see him and that's it. For 30 minutes. And we, some brahmacharis near to Gurudev, and Gurudev was looking everyone, giving blessings, nodding his head, everyone. And Gurudev saw in the middle of his disciples his daughter, disciple, she's from the same state as Gurudev, Bihar, and Gurudev very fond of this dal puris, deep fry puris. That's Gurudev's favorite. And Gurudev knows she can cook very well. And now Gurudev Sevakas are there, Maharaj is there, everyone is there. How he can tell that lady to cook for me? And it's very tricky. Very tricky. And he told Madhav Maharaj, there's some candies under my bed and some pedas, bring that. Maharaj told me, Prabhu, can you get this? Guru said, I told you, not him. Why can't you go? Because he wanted him to just go. So he went inside, immediately Gurudev called her, come here, quickly. She came, bit of his senses, he said, hey, you forgot to make dal puris? She said, no, you want to eat? He said, of course. Bring tomorrow. And meanwhile, Maharaj came with the sweets and he said, everything okay in your family? Chant every day, okay? Now you all go. So all plans set. We were standing, me, Doji Prabhu, and we were laughing. Yeah, that how he played so trick. And next day, now she can't knock Gurudev door. She knocked the kitchen, and Devi Prabhu, she hand over like 7-8 dal puris, and told Gurudev asked me to cook and must give him today in the lunch. But he's also like his care for Gurudev health. Everyone was caring for Gurudev because Gurudev cannot digest that in this old age, advanced age. And Doji Prabhu brought the plate, rice and vegetables, dal, everything. And he told me to just stay here. If Gurudev need anything, let me know. And he went to kitchen. And he knew what's going to happen. And Gurudev, he always chant mantra. See, this is again something very important to know. Gurudev always telling his sevak, whenever you offer me something, you should be offered in the kitchen. So by putting tulasi, Doji Prabhu was always offering in the kitchen. But when the plate comes on his table, he again do some offering. This is something which is already offered. To whom is offering? That we don't know. I can't guess. I can't guess. That's his absorption. I don't want to do any offense, just guessing that. But always we see Gurudev used to offer for just 1 minute. And then he sees things around and he's like getting, where is that? He told me, call Duja. I said, Prabhu, Gurudev's calling you. Gurudev said, while he was eating, slowly, he said, today nobody came for my darshan. It's all empty since morning. He said, why not? In the morning so many devotees came. He said, no, every day around 12 o'clock someone come to see me. Today nobody came. And Doji Prabhu know very well what you want to say. Understand the story? And he said, no, nobody came. Gurudev said, you go in the kitchen. Maybe someone will come now. Someone will come. Then Doji Prabhu start, with his gamcha, he starts laughing. He said, hey, what are you hiding? Tell me straight. If somebody came to give something for me, tell me. And he said, yes. Is there dal puri? Bring here. He said, Maharaj, you can't digest this. I'm ordering you, give here. And the Prabhu said, but what about Madhav Maharaj? He said, oh, okay. He told me, Krishna Kripa, go and check where is Maharaj. And I said, Maharaj, he's in shower, he will take some time. Okay, bring quickly. Tuji Prabhu, he gave half. Not one, just half. Gurudev is keeping everything aside and just eating that puri. And he said, bring the other half also. And he ate one complete. And now he's full. Meanwhile, Madhav Maharaj came. Gurudev said, oh, I'm done, I'm finished. He said, what happened today? Not eaten enough? He said, I don't know why, but I'm not feeling appetite today. And in this way, the plate was gone. Mahaprasad was distributed to everyone. And after lunch, I used to massage Gurudev, make him rest. So I massaged and he went to washroom. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, diarrhea. He can't digest that. Then after 3rd time, he thought it will be fine, but it was getting worse. Yes, he's on my list. I know.
Is it a paratha, Maharaj?
It's like, that chana dal. You soak chana dal overnight, and in the morning you mix some flour and spice and deep fry. It's like a puri, but stuffed with the dal, the chana dal, the chickpea dal. Stuff. That's Gurudev's favorite. Okay. And he like pakoras, all fried things. Samosa, pakoras. Then he told me, call Madhav Maharaj. And I said, Maharaj, Gurudev calling you. Why? I said, I don't know what he's calling you. He came, yes. Gurudev said, very like a childish, very innocent child. So listen carefully what I'm saying. Like a child. Listen carefully what I'm saying. You know what happened today? Somebody gave me dal puri. And instead of half, I ate complete one. And after that, I got diarrhea. I don't know what to do. You take care now. And we all brahmacharis in the room start laughing loud. Like a child. He's like, I don't know what. I've done what I want to do. Now it's your duty now. You do whatever you want to do. And we gave medicine and he was fine by evening. He said, who gave you this? Guru said, many devotees come. Well, sometimes Gurudev wants us to eat in his room because we have to look after him. So we, Madhav Maharaj, we eating there in the Gurudev room. And Gurudev is also eating. And he said, oh, you eating paneer, rice, puris, pakoras. And you always give these boiled vegetables to me? Madhav Maharaj said, he played trick on Gurudev. Very playing tricky only. He said, you also eat this. He said, don't tell lie. I'm only eating rice and boiled vegetables. You eat right in front of me. You both eating this pakoras and puris. You're lying. I'm not eating this. Good. Madhava said, and the altar, the picture, whatever offered to Krishna is offered to you there. But Gurudev is Gurudev of Madhav Maharaj. He said, okay. And he told me, Krishna Kripa, you know what? You make one picture of Madhav Maharaj. Put a frame, nicely framed, like this. Put a frame, and whatever is offered, cooked, you offer this to his picture. And give him khichdi and give him boiled vegetables. Then he will realize what I go through. Foodie pastimes. And once Gurudev went to New Zealand, and one Mataji there, First time, they were from ISKCON, association in ISKCON, never initiated. First time they had a sadhu, Gaudiya Math sadhu, and they hosted Gurudev. And they were so surprised to see Gurudev is like a family member. He used to come chanting in the kitchen, "Oh, my daughter, what are you cooking?" And she, "Oh, sannyasi, Maharaj." ISKCON is different, right? Distance, on reverence. And here Gurudev is so like, family member, like a father. They were so surprised and were so happy to see, oh, that's something very special. And of course, after hearing Hari Katha, they were finished. They were like Gurudev's family. And she cooked like fried cashews with some spice. And it kept right in front of Gurudev to distribute. And Madhav was there. He was about to take Madhav and said, "No, this is not for you, it's for distribution." So, and that was the time when Gurudev has to go. He had a flight. He was traveling flight, and he told Madhav Maharaj, "So, all my luggage in the car, make sure nothing is left in the room." He said, "Everything is settled, just you have to go and sit in car and we are ready to go to airport." He said, No, go and check one more time. Sometimes you forget things in room." So Maharaj went inside to check, and Gurudev took a bunch of cashews and put in his pocket. To eat in the airport. He kept in his pocket. And seeing this, that family was surprised. "Oh, what is this?" But that was for distribution at the airport, not for his eating. We are thinking he's keeping in the pocket for his eating, but no. He has some special affection for some devotees. He knew they're going to come at airport and he has to give one each. Like that. Another pastime, last one. There's one state, North India, Jammu, where we used to take Gurudev for preaching. And all sannyasis, everyone, 40 sannyasi brahmacharis. And one of Gurudev's disciples, he had disability, and he stayed in one village, and he said, "Gurudev, can you come in my village? I will arrange a big program, big pandal." Gurudev said, "Of course, I'm here for preaching. You make a program, I will come." And he told all his community, everyone super excited, a sadhu from Vrindavan. They arrange a big pandal, thousands of people sitting there. So suppose the program is tomorrow. So I'm just explaining you how it goes, how it went. Gurudev woke up in the night, 2 o'clock, and he started writing. Publication, 2 o'clock. And when the sevaks got up 5 in the morning, Gurudev was writing. So Duja Prabhu asked, "How long you were writing?" And he got like a current, because he was absorbed there. The moment Gurudev took his head up, his head starts spinning. Because 3 hours without putting collar, he was continuously writing 3 hours, more than 3 hours. The sevak asked him, "How long you writing?" Because he knew now that they're going to chastise me. He said, "Only 30 minutes. They don't tell lies." He said, "Don't speak to me. Right now my head is spinning." And we made Gurudev lie on the bed, started massaging him, medication. He called upon me, "Come here, Krishna Kripa, tell Tirth Maharaj, I cannot go to that program. He's not allowing me to go. So you all go, do Hari Katha, Kirtan, and tell villagers, Maharaj got sick. I really want to go. He's not allowing me." I said, "Because he wants to take care of your health. You people have no emotions. They have done so much for not all of you, for me. They arranged this program for me. You people have no emotions. You looking after my health, I'm more concerned about their feelings. I want to go. He said, no, Gurudev, you have to lie down, you have to rest. Anyhow, all sannyasis, brahmacharis, so many cars stopped by the gate, and all villagers with garlands in their hand, flowers in their hand to welcome Gurudev. And they were looking, this car open, this car, and Gurudev is not there. Then I told that Prabhu, Godmother, oh, Gurudev is not feeling well, so he can't come. And all villagers, their face became so sad and morose. Oh no, we did everything for Gurudev. They became so sad. But then anyway, no problem, you all are here, please come, welcome, with very fade mood. Anyway, come, welcome. And there was a big singhasan for Gurudev with flowers and everything. Brahmachari was singing, Titmare was speaking Hari Katha. Then all of a sudden from the stage, I saw a car stopped at the gate. And Madhav Maharaj came out from car. I thought, how Madhav Maharaj can leave Gurudev alone? Then the other door opened and Gurudev came out from the door. And I shouted, Gurudev is there. Everyone turned back and Brahmachari singing and everyone just ran to welcome Gurudev. We all, ran to the gate to welcome Gurudev with flowers, garlands, and Gurudev ki jai, Gurudev ki jai. All villagers seeing a divine personality, so much effulgence. So we made Gurudev sit on a chair, did arati, everything. But Madhav Maharaj was far distant because he was very upset. He was very upset. And his face, like big face, like this. I went to him, I said, Maharaj, come to stage. No, I don't want. He's not listening me. Such bumpy road. He was not well and he forced me to come here. What can I do? I'm not coming. Like man, in a sweet way. He's more concerned about Gurudev's health, right? And Gurudev said, so I'm here for some Hari Katha. I wanted to speak 2 hours, but I'm not well. But still I came because you all have so much love for me. I'm only going to speak 10-15 minutes. And the Hari Katha went 1 hour. Madhav Maharaj's face is more big. Instead of 10-15 minutes, 1 hour. And Gurudev said, then I told Gurudev, 1 hour. Oh, really? 1 hour? Okay. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Then the host said, now we're going to serve Prasadam, no more Hari Katha. And Prasadam means they made those very thick puris. Big one, the white flour puris, and chickpeas, and all pickles, everything so rich, paneer. And if Gurudev is there, they have to bring the first plate to Gurudev. They brought that plate to Srila Gurudev, and Gurudev is now starting taking a little something. And he saw Madhav. He said, Madhav Maharaj, is very delicious, come and eat. He just took a little something and he said, now I'm leaving. It looks like a very funny story, right? And of course, it's like I said, it's a foodie pastime. What is the lesson here? Gurudev was accommodating everyone. You people have no emotions, he used to say. I can't just ignore them or neglect them. They have done so much for me. This is again sacrifice. They cooked so much for me. I know Gurudev said it's not that he's greedy for all these things. Krishna is not greedy for all these things. Duryodhana tried to serve Krishna 56 preps. What he likes to eat. He went to the house of Vidur and got what? Banana peel. It's just all about devotion and love. They are controlled, they are captured with that love and devotion of the devotees. Because just by accepting something little, as I said yesterday, acceptance, giving is service, acceptance is service. Just to make everyone happy and pleased. So who's right, who's wrong? Our sevakas are wrong? No, they're also right. Because they are serving their worshipable. And Gurudeva, he has his own prospect. Sevaka has his own prospect. Therefore, I've seen so many times life full, complete life full of sacrifice. Even if it is foodie pastime, even if it is preaching, even if it is traveling, whatever it is. Just for the mission of Mahaprabhu. And just because of one visit in that village, so many people they came and took initiation from Gurudeva. So many people. Just by his speech. They gave up all their bad habits. They got initiation from Gurudeva. Accomplishment. Making jivas, all jivas come to Krishna. And who's taking those pains? Our acharyas. You see this pastime? Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada in cold, I think Boston or New York. He has to leave. But there was no raincoat. And there's one disciple, she grabbed that curtain from the bathroom. And she gave, Prabhupada was covering himself with that. Sacrifice. We can't do this. If we read the biography and if we can value that sacrifice, that's the most important thing to understand. And this is a lesson for me and for all of us. We should respect and value that sacrifice, not just by offering just flowers and saying Gurudev ki jai. That's only one level. But by offering this, offering heart, and taking a responsibility, any one responsibility, even if it is cleaning, even if it is cleaning, and every day. There is a story which has nothing to do with our literature and scripture, but a story. Once upon a time in a cold storage, where a big businessman has his cold storage, and temperature, if you open the gate, inside they preserve so many things. Inside the refrigerator means there's a big hall, and employees, they used to wear a suit because inside the temperature is minus 55. So they have to wear a complete suit to go inside. And there used to be a guard at the gate. There used to be a guard at the gate who keep account who's went inside, and they have to come out after 1 hour or 2 hours because there is no even oxygen there. And it happens, so there was one employee who always used to greet this guard every day. Every day means whenever he's on work, his job. He's greeting this guard. Good morning, sir. And when he's leaving, okay, good night. Or good evening, whatever his timings are. Once upon a time, he went inside. He greeted the guard, something, good afternoon, good evening. And something happened inside. He got some fits and he fainted there. Now, whatever mask or whatever he was wearing was not enough for so many hours, because he has to come out in 1 hour or 2 hours, something like that. So all employees left, but this guard, this is just one story. This guard is wondering that, where is he? Because every day, whenever he is leaving He always used to greet me. Today I'm not getting this. That was alarming. So he pressed the alarm button. Then all other employees came with a suit. They went inside and they saw he was fainted there. They took him out and gave some treatment. He came back to his consciousness. And he said, oh, something happened. I got some kind of fits. I got fainted and you saved my life. But what saved his life is his everyday greeting to that guard. All employees were going, but he was the one who was always saluting him and salute to him and greeting him. And this was missing. That day this was missing because the guard was thinking, where is he? Just one story. Similarly, if we come and greet every day, they acknowledge our greeting. They acknowledge our responsibilities. They acknowledge our sacrifices for them. And this way, we're going to develop attachment with them through our Gurudeva. If we go and greet every day, to Srila Gurudev room, Bhajan Kutir, coming here, greeting deities every day, even though we are so close and nearby. If we don't even come for one day, we just only come for prasadam. No, that is there. But other than that, maybe morning or evening, any time of any part of the day, come here and hear Bhagavatam class, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, just to satisfy him. That's all. Then we'll be saved and protected. Because we are here to greet him, we're coming for them, not for anybody else. If they are the center, the intent is there to please them, then reflection comes. He's happy, we are happy. Gaur Premanande, Srila Gurudeva ki Jai. Vancha Gautaryascha Kripa Sindhubhyascha Patitanam Bhagnebhyo Vaishnavyo. We have one more speaker left, Chandrasekhar Prabhu. Otherwise I'll not be happy because everyone spoke. So let us hear from him. And in this way we conclude our festival. Oh, okay. So,
And what
please
about,
come, quickly.
You're the only one.
and what about Chakante?
I asked her,
Oh.
she said she got terrified.
I asked her also, like I thought, she said, I can't.
She said she would get terrified if she
Part of the job, get terrified and speak. So that's not easy to speak after everyone already spoke and in the conclusion of the festival. I wasn't ready for that. Gurudev changed the game for probably a lot of us, for me as well. When I met him, I was already a devotee, practicing what I called sadhan bhakti. Not sadhan bhakti, but sadhan. Like when Gurudev comes, suddenly I'm practicing bhakti. Otherwise not. So I was doing that successfully for about 19 years before I met Gurudev. And when I met him, I realized I didn't know anything about Krishna consciousness. I knew a little bit of history of Srila Prabhupada, but I knew how he did it, but I didn't know what he came to give. We weren't aware of that. We have had very limited just plain information, because I was, born in Soviet Union, and Prabhupada only came there once. He made 4 students, and one of them became devotee, and from that one devotee everything spreads in Russia. So that was a miracle by itself, but only after I met Gurudeva, I was reading Prabhupada books sometimes, and I was like, I never knew he said that in his books. Only because of what Gurudev taught us, at least in my case, I started to understand what Prabhupada wanted to give us. And his blue eyes when he looks at you, I'm sure everyone has that story. When I was getting initiated, I had a doubt, which I still have. I knew I wasn't going to be strong enough to follow Gurudev. And I shared that with one devotee, because, previously our ISKCON gurus, every time you do something bad, they get sick, because they take karma, and they're not qualified to take karma. So, but that's the only example we had. So I was afraid to give my karma to Gurudev, because I didn't want him to take that burden of another unqualified disciple. So not very strong, and never gonna be. So that was my mantra. And that devotee said, you're foolish, it's not gonna affect Gurudev, he's Mahabhagavad Vaishnava. Whatever you do is your problem, but it will make it so much easier for you if you take initiation from Mahabhagavad. And I said, okay. So Padmanabh Maharaj, I think by that time he was still Urukram Prabhu then. Well, first of all, he introduces me to Gurudev. Gurudev came off the minibus, and I just happened to be right there in the line, and Urukram Prabhu was saying, oh, this is so-and-so, and Gurudev tapped me on the head. I was full of false humility. I was like that, and Gurudev taps me on the head, and it was heavy, man. It was like, it brought me down significantly, like several feet down, but he kept doing that until I was almost on the ground. And then he just went away. And a few days later, I'm getting initiated. It was about another 60 devotees. And he would hardly speak to anyone, maybe to 6 out of 60. And I'm sitting there, I'm not strong enough. And so he hands me my beads, looks at me with his glance, as you all know what it feels like, and says, be very strong. So I was like, okay, never had that before. Somebody read my mind like that. And I was getting second initiation at the same time, all devotee, and so of course after that I don't remember anything of Gayatri mantras. Nothing stuck in my head. So I had to hear him again here in Braj, in Gurudev's room. I asked Madhav Maharaj, I told him that story, and he said, okay, you can go and hear him for the second time, because seriously, after that shock, I didn't remember anything else. And then it continues. The same year I went to India to Braj Mandal Parikrama. And Gurudev just opened my eyes on so many things. First we came to Keshavji Gaudimat, and I witnessed something there. He was chastising one of the brahmacharis upstairs, the third floor, next to Gurudev's room. Whoever hasn't been there, Keshavji Gaudimat had like a cage-like floor on 2 floors, so you could see through all the way to the first floor. And so it was on the very top, and Gurudev was twisting the ear of one of the brahmacharis physically, and pretty hard. The ear got red. I don't know what he was saying to him, but I had a fantasy then. I thought, well, maybe Gurudev could like twist my head off and maybe place it in a temple room, and devotees would kick it like a football when they dance. That would be a good use for my head. But then I thought it was probably too gross.
I'm missing that football. Brothers love football. Soccer.
Yeah, well, like soccer, whatever. Americans call it football. American football. And then I noticed they had tiles with names of people that donated towards the temple. So when you're doing parikrama around the altar, you can't help but stepping those tiles. I was always avoiding stepping on the tiles with names, because I was like, maybe I couldn't read Sanskrit, but obviously some of them were names of the Lord, and I was like, how's that working exactly? Walking on names of the Lord? Not good, but I had a fantasy maybe I could become one of those tiles, and Pujari and devotees would step on me once in a while, and my life would be successful. But I'm glad it didn't happen, because I heard this temple gets rebuilt now. And it's been 23 years now. It wouldn't have been enough years for my head to be under the feet of devotees. Wouldn't change much. A lot of lessons. Gurudev taught me about significance and how sacred Holy Dham is. One of the years I was in Vrindavan, and I was in line, and it couldn't have been Prasadam line, because we would all sit down and Prasadam would be served. But I'm thinking now that it was one of those lines when Gurudev would distribute Prasadam. What to speak of lines in Mathura when his birthday, like yesterday, all Mathura Vasis would come with presents. There were lines around the corner on the street. That's how much sacrifice Gurudev made for us, because he left all that for this, and the glory of his Sangha, Premananda Prabhu especially, because he took over that service. So Gurudeva can travel. So anyway, I was in that line, and I know my lines. I was born in the USSR, so we know how to stand in line. That's the only thing I knew how to do. And surely I was doing it wrong, because there was distance between devotees, maybe 10 inches or so. And I spaced out because I know my lines. You just stand patiently and you wait. That's what we do. So the distance got a little bit bigger, maybe a foot. And I feel a fist in my back. Some devotees pushing me towards the front of the line. And I got mad. I'm like, you don't know anything about lines. I know lines. So I turned around, and I believe that it was our dear Maharaj that was pushing me. You probably don't even remember that, but I got mad and I said something like, what? Where do you think I'm gonna go?
That's why my bhakti is not growing, because I commit offense 23 years back. I ask apology.
I'll tell you about offense. No, you're the one that didn't take offense. It saved my life. Because a few days later I got violently sick. Everything was coming out of me, out of every hole in my body. It was parikrama, my parents went on the bus. And I can't go, I can't be away from the bathroom, even 10 feet. I had to crawl actually to the bathroom. And I was resting between trips to the bathroom on the concrete floor because it was cool. Couldn't retain water, couldn't drink anything. I mean, I could drink, but it was coming out right away. So I heard a little bit about Vrindavan, and if you make offense, it's very bad in Vrindavan. And I really thought I was gonna die. And Russia is a little bit closer geographically to India, so we have some of the traditions preserved, and I wasn't enough of the devotee to think about offenses at that moment. But Russian tradition is before you die, like if you know you're gonna die soon, you're supposed to ask for forgiveness of everybody you might have offended in life. So I was thinking, who was that person that I offended so bad that I'm dying now in Holy Dham, which is probably a good idea. But I was relatively young, so I was like, I don't want to die yet. And whoever that was, and I was backtracking and I was thinking, and then I thought about that fist. And I was like, I was probably rude to that brahmachari behind me. And I couldn't physically go to him and ask him, because that was already in Vrindavan. I don't know where he's from and who he was and where he was from and where he is now. So I just asked Krishna, I said, Krishna, please, if that devotee took offense, please forgive me for him, because, it's about the only thing I can do. And gradually I got better, and here I am now. We don't even know how fortunate we are that Gurudev came here. We don't know, I mean, I know a little bit about it, but devotees who are born here kick you out if you're late. If he decides to sell you out, and to be able to rent a place, you have to get a job. So you serve the third master who tells you what to do and pays you very little money, so you can pay to another lord, and then whatever is left for your family. So you broke all the time and you work like a jackass, Rahini knows. And on top of that, you serve your government, you pay taxes. If you don't do any of those things, you're out. And what happens if you do them nicely? Nothing happens. You do it. Well, you can, and then you die. So, how fortunate we are that we get to serve one master, Srila Gurudev, and everything gets done. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what Maharaj was saying. We do that already. There are excellent cooks here, qualified devotees, builders. We can do so much to support this community. And we're doing it already. We can just do it a little bit more of that, and prasadam especially. I haven't heard prasadam mentioned enough. We can learn from KGB. It's an organization in Soviet Union. That was spying on people. So naturally they were sending.
Because I was in Russia 10 years.
Yeah,
Я не знаю русский язык.
you know enough.
Чуть-чуть.
Yeah, a little bit. You know spasiba, which is one of the
I used to address his father Pakochka
yes.
and Mamochka. His mother is Mamochka.
He knows.
I'm just joking. I'm not doing straight over. Just one time I visited Russia.
But spasiba is actually a very big word. It comes from two words. Spasi means to save, and Bo means Bog, God. So when we say spasiba, we essentially saying save you, God. And Bog comes from Bhagwan, same root. But anyway, I digress. So KGB, they were sending spies to Krishna consciousness movement to infiltrate and to spy on us. And they were giving them instructions. They were saying, you can dance with them, you can chant with them, you can read their books, you can even take initiation, but whatever you do, don't take their food. They call it prasad, because once you take that, you somehow become addicted, and then you're done. You're completely done. And we had devotees that were ex-KGB, they told us they had those instructions, and obviously they didn't follow them. So prasadam is extremely powerful thing. Last year I was driving big trucks, and I learned that 40% of California drivers are Sikhs from Punjab. 40%, it's almost half.
Looks like Fresno.
Yes, and they're mostly based in Fresno. we can learn from them too. They have their own traffic school, they have their own doctors, they have temples here in Visalia, in Fresno, on the way to Fresno actually, major Highway 99. But Fresno is strategically placed, and Visalia on Highway 99, which is one of the major hubs. So not only 40% of Californian drivers are Sikhs, but 20% nationally also Sikhs. And I met them on the road. They have nothing to eat. They have to go subway, and every truck stop has refrigerated places. All we have to do is cook prasadam, package it, and bring it to truck stops. Sikhs will buy it. Because every truck has a microwave, every truck stop has a microwave. What to speak of the fact that we close to 2 national parks, and we have a Thakurji and a donation box here. So, like Maharaj said, if Indian community, and Sikhs are Hindus, by the way, they kind of weird organization of a Hindu community, but they are Hindus and they understand. I remember Premananda Prabhu sent us to Chandigarh to collect donations. And we went, there was a friendly mart we stayed in Chandigarh, but we were mostly, I think all of us were white, and so somehow they took us very well, and they even let us cook. We were the first white devotee crew that actually cooked in that temple for Thakurji. I remember we made halwa. And so anyway, Chandigarh is in Punjab. They even have traffic lights, pretty clean city. And they were very nice people. We were chanting, but they stopped us. We were in the marketplace and they stopped us. One of them said that you guys are doing it wrong. It's supposed to be sweet. He was thinking for Krishna. So just come on, do it right. And so they were even teaching us how to do it. And gave us enough donations. We came back, and Prabhuji said, "What do you want to do with that money?" Some of us were Russians and were like, "We want to cook halwa for devotees and for Gurudeva." Is it time? 2 minutes. So we did that. Russian halwa is different. It's caramel, you melt your sugar, and etc., etc. So we did that, offered, and Prabhuji waited till Madhu Maharaj left and brought it to Gurudeva. And we were standing outside the room and anxiously waiting, and so Premananda Prabhu came out and we're like, what did Gurudeva like it? What did he say? And Prabhuji said, Gurudev said, they never gave me those things. So he actually liked it, but like you said, he couldn't digest it. But somehow it happened, so that was very nice. What I'm saying is, there are a lot of qualified devotees here, and we could make this community blossom if we only do it right. All we need is a commercial kitchen, certified commercial kitchen, and from that we can send prasadam to parks, to the tourists and truck drivers. An Indian community, when they come, there are temples like that that live only on surrounding Indian community. There's one temple in Spanish Fork Utah. They have a parrot. He says, Hare Krishna. And he dances like this when they do kirtan. And only 5 devotees there. They have a restaurant and Indian community, like every day people come, leave money, take prasad, take darshan. Very simple, but temple is so successful. And another one is in Salt Lake City. So it's possible. You just have to do it. And if, of course, I know I offended Maharaj, but if I offended any other Vaishnavas, please forgive me.
So Hare Krishna, thank you everyone. Thank you New Braj community for tolerating me for some days. And I want you to tolerate me again for New Braj festival. Hopefully if I'm alive, I'll come. The rest is what Krishna wants. Thank you everyone for speaking on Srila Gurudev, reminding us of Gurudev's pastimes, his glories, endless glories. And we can keep on hearing more and more of these pastimes and other festivals. Please keep serving Radha Govindji. They're looking so bright. Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Gurudev Ki Jai, New Braj Ki Jai, New Brajvasis Ki Jai, Gaur Pimanand
Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj
Ki
Jai.
Tomorrow morning I'm leaving 9. Anadi Prabhu has something to do in Fresno, so he's traveling for me. So I'm leaving tomorrow morning 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Airport, yes. Taking a 2-hour drive, right?
We should be there before 9.
Hare Krishna.